Every year, usually during our graduation ceremonies, UBC has the honor of bestowing honorary degrees upon individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. Sarah Morgan Sylvester exemplifies these characteristics, and it is our pleasure to grant her an honorary degree. Sarah Morgan Sylvester is without doubt one of this country's most skilled and inspirational role models in business and community leadership. As Chancellor Emeritus and a former governor of this university, she is particularly well known to fellow UBC alumni and universally admired for her many contributions. Indeed, her wide-ranging expertise and thoughtful leadership experience across corporate, academic, and nonprofit sectors have made a lasting impact to every community and collective she has served. Well known for championing diverse and inclusive environments, particularly for women, she served in an escalating series of senior leadership positions for HSBC Bank Canada, overseeing a wide spectrum of banking and financial services. She has served on numerous nonprofit and corporate boards, including as inaugural chair of Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, chair of BC Women's Hospital and Health Centre Foundation, chair of Grosvenor Americas, and is a board member of Canadian Western Bank, the David Suzuki Foundation National Business Advisory Council, the C.D. Howe Institute, and the Vancouver Foundation. As UBC Chancellor and member of the Board of Governors from 2008 to 2014, she dedicated herself to building the foundation for a lasting culture of commitment between the university and its alumni community. She was also a member of the Start and Evolution Campaign Cabinet, providing strategic advice and serving as a philanthropic ambassador during the enormously successful campaign to raise $1.5 billion and double the number of alumni engaged in the life of the university. Not surprisingly, she's been formally recognized with a long list of awards and citations, including the influential Women in Business Lifetime Achievement Award, WXN's Canada's Most Powerful Women, Top 100 Award, Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal, and the Order of British Columbia. In recognition of her vision, skill, and dedication to transforming communities across British Columbia and beyond, we are pleased to confer the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Sarah Allison Morgan Sylvester. It now gives me great pleasure to ask Dr. Morgan Sylvester to say a few words.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, and members of the UBC community, I'm so pleased to be part of this virtual celebration of the achievements of UBC's graduating class of 2020. It's truly a privilege to be counted in your number. My deepest thanks to the UBC community and to Senate for this wonderful honor. Our lives have been reshaped by COVID-19. As a result, I've been spending a lot of time at home, often in my garden. My husband and I started the garden from scratch, and over the years it has grown, matured, and taken on a life of its own. We collect rainwater from our roof and store it in a large underground cistern, supplying our irrigation for the entire growing season. The abundance of water and plants attract birds. I'm struck by their creativity and determination. Some birds skillfully hide their nests in the branches of my rosemary bush or in the crook of an arbutus tree. Some use bits of string or the fur from my newly brushed dog as a warm lining. Others show their support by standing guard as their neighbors' chicks fledge, a favor that is reciprocated. A successful nest might be the result of 2 or 3 attempts involving different locations, carefully selected building materials, and community support. Success requires creative solutions executed with determination. We all want to be successful, as judged by our own hearts and as perceived by others. But how do we define success and determine when we have achieved it? Is success linked to job title or income, to possessions like a new Tesla, or perhaps to the attainment of a university degree? Success is often referred to as a destination, the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, the attainment of popularity or profit. But surely the journey is also important. After all, can one really be successful at the expense of others, or by making painful trade-offs just to get and stay ahead? Definitions of success vary from person to person, and isn't that a great thing? I believe it's a key contributor to creativity. Different definitions of success lead to different approaches to problem solving. Different definitions of success allow us to bring our authentic selves to our life's work and make meaningful contributions on our own terms. My time as a volunteer, serving as UBC's chancellor, was a wonderful period of personal growth. The highlight for me was meeting people who defined their own success and showed great creativity and determination by thriving through difficult life circumstances. These interactions were a gift and changed my personal definition of success. Let me share 2 impactful examples. Patrick Lane received an honorary degree from UBC Okanagan in 2013 and was one of Canada's finest poets and writers. He was also a truck driver, a sawmill worker, and an alcoholic. He had the ability to pull beauty from his most difficult life experiences, from his challenges with poverty and addiction. The raw, brutal honesty used to describe his life made the moments of beauty even more powerful. During Dr. Lane's convocation address, he described living in poverty in a 2-room apple picker's shack with his wife and baby. While waiting in the cold Okanagan winter for his ride to work, a sapphire blue butterfly inexplicably appeared and landed on the sleeve of his coat. He tried to warm the butterfly in his hands to nurture and protect this thing of beauty on a bleak winter's day. At that moment, he promised himself he would become a poet and a writer, as he said, to witness his life with words. Patrick Lane defined success on his own terms. Self-taught, he became a master poet. His earlier failed marriages were eclipsed by a 40-plus year loving relationship with his wife and fellow poet, Lorna Crozier. His challenges with addiction were replaced by a love of gardening and carpentry. With creativity and determination, he found beauty in who he was, even when he was ugly. Read his poems and books, they are magnificent. A second meaningful interaction for me revolved around the UBC honorary degree ceremony for Japanese Canadian students who were interned in 1942. A total of 76 students were unable to complete their studies or had missed their graduation ceremony as a result. It was now 70 years later. When I arrived for the ceremony, I found a room full of families and love. Children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren were there to support their family members who were being honored. Some were there bearing photographs representing family members who had died or were unable to travel. But about 10 students from that time in 1942 were actually there in person. It was a humbling experience to meet each one. Amazingly, they were not bitter. Their collective list of accomplishments was noteworthy, not the least of which was that room filled with people who loved them. When the first honorary degree recipient crossed the stage, I thought the roof was going to come off the Chan Center. It was simply unbelievable, a celebration of remarkable success and determination. These kinds of interactions with undeniably successful people have shown me that success comes in many forms and is unique to each of us. Success may be marked by accomplishment, popularity, or profit, but it is all about the journey. My success role models are passionate about their work, both paid and unpaid, and feel that it makes a meaningful contribution to society. Have people in their lives they love and are loved in return. Feel they belong and have the opportunity to work alongside others with shared purpose and a sense of community. Today's challenges are complex. Pandemics, economic fallout, climate change, social polarization, to name but a few. It can feel overwhelming and at times almost hopeless. But I'm optimistic. We will respond with the creativity and determination required to make progress. The birds in my garden, Patrick Lane, the blue butterfly, and the interned Japanese students give me hope. Success has many faces. Let's embrace them all. My warmest congratulations to UBC's graduating class of 2020.